Honestly, folks, watch this. Match engine in action. Oh my days, man. Hakimi, Lautaro. I want you to watch what Eriksen does here. Look at that through ball.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
How's it going, everyone? Day after the beta launch. We're still buzzing off it. We're not going to mess around today. You saw the clip at the start. The match engine is mwah. Let's get into the tactics. Let's work out three at the back. As promised, we're going with three at the back. We started okay. Friendlies were a bit up and down, to be honest, and I was trying to get the three at the back work, and I was trying different tweaks on it all over the place. And I was a bit worried. But as the season started, especially a 1-3 defeat to Sheffield United, but that was my reserves. But as the season started, we've been playing really well. It's getting a bit more fluid, so I'm getting a bit more confident in the three at the back system. So we played 3 games. We've won 2, 4-0 and 5-0. And we drew a disappointing draw at home to Udinese. So that part's fine. Let's get on to the tactics. Right, dudes, let's break down this tactic. We said we were going to do 3 at the back, and we're going to stick to it, okay? We've done it right the way through pre-season and start of the season. This is the one we're going with predominantly. 3 centre-backs first up. 2 ball players because I want the attacks to start from the back. We've got our 2 wing backs and they're both on attack. The reason being is I expect us to dominate a lot of games because we are Inter Milan, for God's sake, and they're going to be the only ones supplying us width. So I need them as high up the pitch as I can get them. So they're going to be on attack from the get-go. Midfield 3 is an interesting one. I've got a role I don't normally use in there. We've got our ball-winning midfielder on defence. So he's going to be the holding player. His role is to win the ball back, lay it off to the more creative boys. Got a box-to-box midfielder. He's going to be the main guy that's going to support the front 2. And the role that's interesting me is the RPM, roaming playmaker. Does what it says on the tin. Different from the deep line playmaker and the advanced playmaker. Deep line playmaker will sit in these areas here. Predominantly, the advanced playmaker will sit up in here. Whereas the roaming playmaker does what he says. He roams all over. So he's going to need a good engine, but we're excited to see how he works. Front 2, always going with a front 2, because when you've got Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez, you've got to use them, right? So they're going up to be my front 2. Target man, pressing forward. Don't normally use a pressing forward in a 2, but in this instance I'm going to, because he hasn't got any people directly out wide to help do the work, so he's going to be doing that for me. That's the roles and tactics we're going with. There's 2 different alternative versions of that, which I'll quickly brief through now. I'll discuss these more in later episodes, but this one is basically when we're chasing a game or we're heavy favourites to win. So we've got more of a 3 up front there, and the wing backs turn to wingers. We'll get onto that when we use it. If we're getting exposed out wide, this is one we can go with. Bit of extra support on the width there, but there will be predominantly coming inside but starting out wide. We'll get into those as we use them throughout the save. Right, crew, so you've seen the tactics. Let's have a little look at one of the matches. It was a game against Parma. Managed to win this one 5-0. So 5-0, there it is. Bring the screen down there. Interesting to watch the different types of goals you can score and the nice fluid animations the game is showing. I will say this, set players are going to be just as important in FM21 as FM20. So if you haven't watched it yet, have a little look at the attacking corners vid, and we'll do some more in stuff on set players in episode 2 of this, which will be out in a couple of days time. Alright. So first goal, it's wing back to wing back. It's Hakimi, right wing back. As I pause it there, remember how I said they're going to be so attacking? Look how high up the wing backs are. That's my left wing back, basically playing as a left striker. He was supplied the ball by Hakimi there, who's the right wing back. Lovely finish from Gosens. Second goal was the alternative, so Gosens was the one who's going to supply the bullets. Whips it across again. Hakimi basically playing as a right winger, so when it says wing back, if you put on attacking, they're going to be right up there. Hakimi takes it on because he's got skill. Lovely little composed finish. Third goal, believe, it was a penalty after a VAR check. I haven't seen VAR checks go the negative way yet. I've only had 3 or 4, so they've all gone penalty decided. Be interested to see how that plays out. Lukaku, penalty taker, no problems there. Fourth goal, inbound. Throw in, as I say, a set player is going to be key. Look how many players have got in the box for a throw in, for example. Gosens to Sensei, lays it back to Brozovic. Have a little look at this. Oh my days. It was like a little Ronaldo style free kick that he did from open play. Last goal, Lukaku presses him, takes it off him, drives into the box. Nice little finish. 5-0. That's been the best performance so far. We've started alright with this 3 at the back, so it's got legs, I think. It's got legs. Last thing on this video that I want to cover is your defensive shape. Now, what's changed is defensive width from FM20, and this is really nice the way they've done it. If you notice, mine's set on force opposition inside with arrows to show you there. What does that mean? Basically, I've only got 2 wide players, so for me to force them out would be balmy, because that means I'm forcing the opposition to go outside of me where I've got less players. In this formation, I've got 3 centre backs, 3 centre mid. If I force them inside, that's to my strengths. That's the way I want to play it. So when the ball goes out wide, we'll be at them, forcing them inside to where we're more powerful. That's a good thing to remember that. If you're playing a wide game, you might want to do the opposite there. But for me, all of my players are going to be down the middle. More of my players are down the middle. I'm forcing them inside. Hope that makes sense. We'll see you for episode 2. If you're about, we're twitching today, which is Wednesday, and we'll be doing it a few more times as well. Links in the bio.